We've known since last July that beneficial owners of UK residential property were going to be brought within the charge to UK inheritance tax, no matter how that property was held. On Monday, we had the draft finance bill published. That set out the details of how these rules will operate, and much of that was as anticipated. But, in some respects, the rules do go significantly further than had been anticipated. So, what is taxable? Shares in companies that own UK residential property will be brought within the charge to tax, as will interests in partnerships that own UK residential property, and that's directly or indirectly. Inheritance tax is charged at a rate of 40% on the death of an individual, and at a rate of up to 6% every 10 years for trusts, and in some situations both those charges can apply, so we're talking about significant amounts of money. There was always a question when the rules were first announced about the extent to which loans will be deductible in calculating the exposure to inheritance tax. The good news is that loans will be deductible. The bad news is that the benefit of any loans will be brought within the charge to inheritance tax, and also any security given to support a mortgage. So, loans from the bank of mum and dad or a family trust or company to an individual to enable them to buy a property will give rise to an inheritance tax exposure for the lender. There will be an additional inheritance tax exposure on additional security provided, and people who provide guarantees will also be brought within the charge to inheritance tax. This is a significant extension of what we anticipated the rules to be. So, what can we do about this? There are ways in which we can act now to reduce this tax burden. It's vitally important that all property holding structures and also loan structures are reviewed to understand the inheritance tax exposure and what steps can be taken now to mitigate that. So if there's one thing you take from this video, it's that time is short and you need to act now. Please contact me or one of the Withers team and we'd be very happy to help.